Hi, I'm Jen from Isley's. I'm so excited to be here tonight for this Doors Open Pittsburgh event. I shall always love you, Isley's. So, Brian is covering the history for the evening. So, I thought that we would make some homemade Klondike style ice cream bars made with Isley's Whitehouse cherry ice cream. So exciting. And I think we'll talk more about what Isley's has in store and what we're doing right now. So, we'll go ahead and get started.
Here's what you'll need to make these at home. 2 pints of Isley's Whitehouse cherry ice cream, 4 cups chocolate chips, 3/4 cup refined coconut oil, a double boiler, some parchment paper, a bowl for dipping, a carving fork, a 9x9 metal pan, and a flat metal pan. First, you'll want to soften your ice cream by putting it in the refrigerator for about half an hour. Then, you'll want to put some parchment paper in your 9x9 pan so that you can easily get the squares out of the pan. So I use a 9x9 pan because this gives you nice 3x3 squares that I find are the best size for these homemade Klondike style ice cream bars. So now that the ice cream's nice and soft, we'll just go ahead and empty both pints into the pan and spread it out nice and flat and nice and even. As many of you know, we introduced another Isley's ice cream flavor this year. Last year it was toasted almond fudge. This year, after lots of your feedback, we brought chocolate marshmallow back from the Isley's Ice Cream Counter archives. We love to hear from you through our newsletter or on social, or however you reach out to us, letting us know which ice cream flavors you miss, or even other Isley's items you'd like to see again. Maybe your favorite should be next on the list. Now that we have this spread out, and it's nice and even, we're going to go ahead and put it back in the freezer so that it gets nice and solid. While that's freezing, we'll go ahead and get our chocolate dip ready. You add the chocolate chips into either your double boiler or I use this heated pan and wait until it's melted almost the whole way down before adding the coconut oil. So if you use refined coconut oil, the shell won't taste like coconut, but if you use unrefined oil, it will taste a little bit like coconut. So just keep in mind the difference there. So what's next for Isley's? As I said before, we love hearing what you'd like to see next. So some of the things that we've had a lot of requests for are pretty exciting. A skyscraper scoop, boulevard coffee, and of course tons of requests for an authentic Isley's store. I'm happy to say we are considering all of these down the road. We may even be able to get something in the works for Brian's book release. Now that the chocolate is nice and melted, we'll go ahead and add in the coconut oil. So you can add it in all at once and then just melt it down. This right here is exactly what your chocolate should look like. This will be perfect for dipping the ice cream. Now that the chocolate is melted, we want to make sure it doesn't burn, so we'll put it in a bowl to cool to room temperature. And we'll set this aside while we cut our squares and get our ice cream ready for dipping. This is where we use the flat metal pan. I like to freeze this pan ahead of time just to give us a little bit more time with the ice cream. And you'll want to cover it with parchment paper as well. So we'll just go ahead and cut 3 rows and then 3 across. This will give us 9 squares for using a 9x9 pan. It'll be 9 3x3 inch squares. You'll pull the squares out of the pan and put them onto the flat pan to freeze one more time before we dip them. We just want to make sure that they're nice and frozen solid when they go into the chocolate dip. Now for the fun part. So we'll go ahead and stir our dip one more time. Then use the carving fork, or a regular fork if you don't have a carving fork on hand, and dip the ice cream into the chocolate. Just like this. You want to make sure that you coat both sides. And don't leave it in the chocolate for too long because it'll probably still be a little warm. You want to make sure that you don't melt the ice cream too much. There you go. Once you get a few done, go ahead and put them in the freezer. You can enjoy them in about half an hour. When you're ready to make these tasty bars at home, you can find Isley's Whitehouse cherry ice cream along with other Isley's favorites like Maricopa, which is vanilla with swirls of butterscotch, toasted almond fudge, and chocolate marshmallow at Giant Eagle, Shop and Save, Coons, and other local grocery stores. Check out our website to find it near you, isleys.com. Be sure to let us know when you try this out. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Isley's Nation. Thanks so much and enjoy the rest of the show.